We need to correct that notion. This is not about royalties, right? No. It's not about royalties, because if we go that direction again, we'll get lost in this. Yes. Yeah, but the genuine concern, perhaps, about leadership rank, and this is not the first time MCSK is on the spot for this or that. So we understand and we appreciate those musicians from, artists from Muranga. Let's bring the discussion, because you have an opportunity to answer. Then once we're done with that, I'd really like to know about this software that can offer this solution. But first, talk to us about, perhaps answer the concerns that they have.
Okay, there was one query about accountability. I believe all our accounts, all our financial statements are always posted on our website. And at every annual general meeting, each and every member who attends that annual general meeting is given a hard copy of the financial statements, and they're even given sort of like a small time for them to actually explain, ask questions on the financial statements or what they feel they're not comfortable with. Like, you collected this much, why did you distribute this much? We have never gotten such questions in such forums. Secondly, membership registration. Remember, our members elected directors who are also artists, musicians, to manage their affairs.
Through that flawed process that he mentioned, 10 members from the same family have 10 votes for one person already. Yes. Anyway.
And these directors use their due diligence in actually, in using, for example, they use their diligence in vetting any new application for membership at MCSK, right? So if they found that you are using someone's song to actually register at MCSK, you would actually detect it at the registration process.
No, that's not the point.
Let me finish. At registration point.
Okay.
Secondly, after doing all that, down the years, almost like every 2 years, we do what we call a vetting process on all our members.
Still active, who's out,
yes, who's still active, yeah. And you notice we would check from the system. Yeah, we check from the system and we say you have these play counts. Maybe now you don't have play counts anymore. So we would ask you, you're expecting broadcast royalty from where now? So you need to be active, even in the industry, for you to actually receive a royalty. Because at the end of the day, these are the same people who will go back again. If we paid using the scientific again, the cream of the industry will be like, hey, we're happy with MCSK. But I'll be very frank, even if tomorrow we did the scientific, tomorrow we'll have this same forum, those artists from who are not very well known.
Kinakatelo.
Yeah, yes. I don't want to quote
it's okay, there's no problem.
Yeah, but they will come up again in arms and you will say, hey, we haven't received the 2,500 we are used to getting. So at the end of the day, you cannot make everyone happy. You have to strike a balance.
But there has to be a formula. Anyway, you still answer.
Yes. Thirdly, the last time that we did scientific distribution back in 2013, 2014, you notice that we distributed only 29 million for the broadcast revenue that we got from broadcasters. So this 29 million, when you use the scientific distribution, 4,800 members benefited from this. We went again back in 2014, 2015, when we did the same distribution, and this time it was about 28 million, and you'd notice that the figure went down again to about 7,800 members. So you'll notice that most of the members, yes, they are all artists. They will bring, even if you were to do a vetting, they will come with their works. And secondly, even before we did this distribution, we went back to our files and we identified anybody who had double registration. Right? That was the first thing. Secondly, we went back to our files and identified names that sort of like related to each other, and we would actually call them up and actually identify the relationship before we actually did the distribution. This was to weed out those people whom people would say, these are the people who
So what you want now is authentic, verified list.
Yes. Okay. Then lastly, when people are voting, during the voting exercise, you notice like there is the rules that the same constitution that governs MCSK that was approved by the members actually guides how that election will actually be carried out. And for example, you'll find that membership for those people who are not members, haven't been a member maybe for the past maybe 2-3 years, they won't be allowed to vote.
Okay.
Thirdly and lastly, I've always been in the same groups with the same artists. I believe we're also in one of the groups, yeah, and several other artists. And during elections, I remember, I always come out and tell them, hey, you guys, this is your chama. You need to come out, number one, to actually vie for posts. Yeah. Secondly, you need to mobilize your guys. I know you have guys who are supporting you guys. You can also come in and also, they can also support you and become directors. And now you can bring in the input that you're bringing out in public now on the table at MCSK for this society to reach greater heights that you MCSK artists envisioned it to be.
Okay. You had a concern before I go to Timmy, because I know he wants to. Yeah.
My concern is, number one, how many directors do you have? How many directors?
8 directors.
8 directors. Yes. You can't tell me 8 directors will know 15,000 members, each and every one of them, because you're saying the 8 directors verified the members. You can't say 8 directors will know Joseph Wepoholu from Busia, who is playing Anyatiti, and his brother and his sister, just because these 8 members who are on the board are the ones who are mandated to do the verification.
Okay. Can I answer that? I would also want to put through this, like when you have 8 directors, you also have what we call committee members in each and every region.
So you said
yes. Let me continue. But the directors are the ones who are in charge. That is the reason why I used the word directors.
You have 8 governors and their cabinet.
And their cabinet down there. So this cabinet also is also involved in the registration vetting of each and every member. So they know that in this region, that this music was for somebody else. Remember, it is 8 directors plus their committee members, who could be 40. Yeah, so 5 per each region. And in Nairobi, we have 10. So those could be about 50, 60. Okay. Yes, and they are involved in all these. They are involved in all this membership registration and also membership vetting to make sure that we have a clean list when you're doing any distribution. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, maybe I don't have a, honestly, I want to be on record. I don't have a problem with the general distribution.
Okay.
Like I said, it is 10 shillings amongst 10 people. The Constitution says they get 1 bob each. The only problem is this threshold. And I also like to go on record. I've heard from the clip from Muranga, they are saying the central people will do something on their own. I want to say that will be a wrong move, because one central, you do that, Western will do that.
We'll do the same, Nyanza will do that, everywhere.
We are in a cohesion period, and it should trickle down in every kind of organization in the country. So watu wa central wacheni hiyo maneno.
Okay.
Tukuje tu hapa tujenge hii MCSK yetu from the inside and from the outside. So the membership ni hii mambo.
Yes.
Hii mambo ndio inasumbua. Hii threshold ya membership. And he's come with if there's a way we can verify. I'm sorry, the law does not define which song is good, which song is bad. But I think we should come up with a way of finding out genuine membership. Okay. And we also must be privy to the point that the membership will never decrease.
It can only increase.
The other problem that is on the general distribution that I think will go on the administration level is this. You say it is 100%, then 30% in Abaki operation. Yeah. Your operation, I don't think, should increase.
Okay, it should
because
be constant.
It is salary.
Yes.
Si ati mki collect 1 billion, mutabaki na 300 million ya operation. And then you used to do the same operation with 3 million. So if your operation is 3 million, should be standard, then you apply for us, you've done a good job, we say, give them salary increases. Okay. Or maybe the committees should now be bought a car, given security. We will approve that. But here, their process is saying, if they correct 1.4 billion, like you're saying, and they take 30%, it means their cost of running the organization will has increased. That means they're awarding themselves some money that's not supposed to be rewarded. If you could spend 10 million to collect 100 million, you must not justify that you need more money to collect 300 million. It is the same operation, the same country, the same shops, the same vehicles, the same performance elsewhere. So, hapo pia inafaa mreduce ganjenu ya operation. It should not be on percentage base. It should be on our operation cost for annual operation is, let's say per month is 1 million. It's 12 million shillings, salaries and everything. It is 12 million until we say you are doing a good work.
Yes.
Because now you're going to Uganda, you're going where? Your salary should be standard like any other organization, not because you are not musicians.
Okay, I'll come clean on that. When we say 30%, 30% is the maximum you can actually get to that. But our target as MCSK and the other CMOs is actually 90%, like SAMRO of South Africa. So where we're actually giving out 90% to the artist and only 10% for running the cost. If you're able to run the cost at 5%, well and good. 95% goes to the artist.
But you see, that's also dependent on the collection, because right now you're doing 118. So if you're doing 118 and you're taking 30, if you cut to 20% or 10% and you're collecting 400, you're still getting what you're getting when you're doing 118. Even much more.
It should be amount-based. It should be
amount-based. Yeah, amount-based.
How
not
much does it
percentage-based.
cost to run this company?
Yes, it should be amount-based, but that's not my suggestion.
How much is it to run the office?
No, that is my suggestion.
Yeah, that's the suggestion.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the suggestion.
That's the suggestion. If it's percentage-based, it means if we are taking 10% and we are doing 118 right now, what if we are doing $1 billion a month? We're still taking 10%.
That
And
is
it's
2%.
a
They're
lot
adding
more
themselves
money.
salaries.
It's not the same. It's totally different.